Happy New Year! Welcome to 2018 and the Dear John podcast. This is the first episode of 2018. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or whenever you happen to be listening. We made it from 2017 to 2018. A lot of people out there think that 2018 was a particularly bad year. There was a lot of crazy shit going on in 2017 that I didn't particularly appreciate. I did have a big landmark birthday, and that was cool. I really enjoyed that. But just as a whole, just some things on the political front. Just some even in like sports, there were just some things that being an avid Patriots hater, couldn't stand that. That bothered me. The Cavs lost. What else happened? Boxing, you had a couple horrible decisions, and then of course you had the Mayweather fight that I refused. Did I even see? I don't even think I saw that. Because I know it wasn't gonna be a fight. But anyway, no. I did see it. I'm sorry. I actually did go see the fight. Yeah. Wow. Not all that eventful of a fight. I knew it wouldn't be. But anyway, we are now in 2018. My New Year's Eve, I did pretty much what I said. I didn't do anything. I did have one or two options, and actually I chose the third option, which was to stay home and do nothing. I made myself some buffalo wings and got some cake and some champagne. And I like to do two. I usually do two New Year's Eves because I celebrated twice. So I'm from the East Coast. I'm from Buffalo. So, all my people hit me up at 9 o'clock like, yo, Happy New Year, because, this is where you from. So it's your New Year. So at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, I got myself a shot of Johnny Walker Gold. And then I said, let me chill out. I'll save the champagne and everything else for the Pacific Standard Time, New Year's Eve. And And at 12:01, the fireworks woke me up, and I decided, what the hell, I'm not gonna wake up and drink champagne, take my ass to bed. And I think that's the first time I had a New Year's Eve indoors by myself, probably ever. But it didn't bother me. It was cool. I definitely saved some money. I know some people that try to get out there and do a few things, and they were just like, yo, wasn't happening, wasn't nothing worth it. And like I said, if you're over 25 years old and you go out for New Year's Eve, you're going to be slightly disappointed. That's all I'm saying. Unless, of course, you get together with some friends and some family. That's always cool. But if you're trying to get out there with some other folks and party, it's just a big letdown, I think. Anyway, all right, so we are... this is episode 10 of the Dear John podcast. Got some emails from y'all. And again, if you would like to send emails to have me answer your dating and relationship questions, that's dearjohnpodcast@gmail.com. dearjohnpodcast@dearjohn.com. And again, I am your host, John Moody, comedic performer, writer, and lifelong bachelor and possible commitment phobe, so it's just appropriate that I give you dating and relationship advice. All right, let's get into our first email here. Let me open up the email. Let's see. All right, first email. Dear John, don't you think it's easier to accomplish goals together? I'm trying to get my boyfriend to join me in New Year's resolutions to make us better. How do I convince him to participate? Okay, that's actually two questions. The first one, do I think it's easier to accomplish goals together? I'd say yeah, if you both have the same goals and you can agree as to how you're going to accomplish them. That being said, it sounds like you've made resolutions for both of y'all. Did you make resolutions for him? Because I'm going to tell you, it's hard enough for most people to stick to the resolutions they made for themselves. Ain't no way somebody going to follow a resolution that somebody else has made for them. A snowball has a better chance in hell than that resolution being followed. Now, I know you said it was to make us better, but I'm sure when you went to him talking about, we need to follow these resolutions to make us better, he was thinking, we is too many people. I like being 20 pounds overweight, or being up late watching too much TV, or being late to wherever I'm supposed to be, or whatever it is that you came up with to get this brother to cut back on whatever it is y'all trying to do. Look, you can ask him to help you with your resolutions, but you can't make resolutions for him. That's going to fail faster than Wesley Snipes taking the brown paper bag test. All right, let's keep rolling here. Second email. Dear John, I'm dating a woman who was used to the finer things in life. Before she dated me, she was seeing a professional athlete. How do I keep her happy while keeping my savings account? Look, man, she needs to know what your situation is. Because she's either going to be cool with it or she isn't. And if she isn't, you're just wasting her time and your money. Look, okay, you should never go into your savings account, for entertainment purposes. I mean, is this like, you should do that. Maybe you'll do that for your wife. And even then, only after you've talked to her about doing so. Like if you want to go on a big trip or something like that with your wife or a girlfriend of many years, I can get that. But if this is somebody you just dating, you shouldn't be going into your savings account just to try to keep her or to impress her or whatever. I don't think that's a good idea. Look, I'll give you a real life experience. Some of y'all know about my date with Toni Braxton, and I'm using the term date loosely. Anyway, we went to Mr. Chow, which is an expensive restaurant in Beverly Hills. The TV show we were on was paying for it, so, I wasn't coming out of my pocket, and she wasn't coming out of hers. But anyway, Toni asked me when I first saw her, got there, she was like, well, once she wanted to know what my favorite item on the menu was. And I let her know it was my first time there, and she was flummoxed because she was like, this ain't how you roll. And I had to let her know that's not how I roll, not at Mr. Chow. And there was no need of me pretending like that's how I rolled. We had a nice dinner, cool conversation, and that was it, man. I mean, no sense in trying to front. And to be fair, let's just say, okay, she was interested, all right? And we went out a few times. Where am I going to take Toni Braxton? We can't go to the Cheesecake Factory. No. It's got to be Mastro's, Steakhouse, Soho House, or P.F. Chang. And only P.F. Chang if we're getting takeout for Netflix and chill night. I can't take Toni Braxton into a P.F. Chang. That just ain't going to work out. Be bad for her image. Look, man, I don't know what your budget is, but most professional athletes, they spend lots of money. And I even know where they buy used cars for their girlfriends and their side pieces. Now, don't get me wrong, they're used cars. But even a used BMW i8 can set you back a good $70,000. I'm not saying you shouldn't date this woman. I'm just saying, man, the sooner you have a conversation on what you can afford, the better off you are. And that's not a romantic conversation. So look, this is the things I can afford and this is what I can't. But you're going to have to find some way to get around that conversation. And that's if she's insisting that you do what her previous bae did, then you got to have the talk. But just make sure it's not your issue, because, she may not be asking you to do things and you just assuming that's what you need to do based on her ex. And then that's you playing yourself, setting yourself up, making assumptions and things like that. So just I don't know, play it by ear, but don't go into your savings, man. Don't drain your savings account. That's not a good idea. That's not good money management at all. And one thing women do respect is good money management. All right, let's go to the next email. Dear John, dating is hard enough. Why are there dumbass rules about which side of the street you walk on and opening doors? It's like landmines just laying there waiting for you to mess up. All right. The rule is that the man is supposed to walk on the outside of a woman, meaning she should be on the side that the buildings are on. You should be on the side of the street. Why? I don't know. I don't know if it's supposed to prevent like a car jumping off the curb and hit and kill you first. But I guess, you ain't really going to prevent the car from running into her. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to look it up really quickly, because I was taught this years ago, but I never really honestly knew why. And if I did, I've forgotten it. So let's just go online here really quickly. And let's see if we can find this. And we're going to learn something together today. We gonna learn today why are men supposed to walk on the outside. And I know this is fascinating podcasting or radio to hear me ask questions on the internets. The history behind gentlemanly action. All right, let's see. Okay, this is what it says. This is a site called Primer, and they're saying the history behind gentlemanly action. Let's see. Why do we escort women on our left arm? So I guess that's the same thing. Do you ever wonder why women? Do you ever wonder why we gentlemen do the things we do? It's forgetful gentlemen. We've always been fast. Okay, let's get past that. When a man escorts his partner, tradition has it that he offers his left arm. So if you offering your left arm, that means she would be on the inside. This tradition originates from medieval times when men escorted women around town and through the fields. Should a threat arise or the woman's honor require defending, the man's sword hand, his right hand would be free, giving him quick and easy access to his sword, worn on his left side. To this day, the left arm rule still applies while indoors. However, with the rise of wheeled vehicles and non-pedestrian streets, the proper escorting etiquette evolved over the years for outdoor environments. Today, when escorting a woman outdoors, you should position yourself on the outside, closest to the street, to protect her from traffic, mud splashing, etc. Got it. Okay. But you know what I'm going to do on my next date is I am going to have a sword. I'm going to get a sword and I'm going to have it sheathed. And if she asks me why, I'm going to say, hey, you know what? I'm just trying to follow tradition. You know, this is where this shit come from. Men carrying swords. Because when's the last time you've actually seen I guess, well, it don't rain a lot out here, but water splash or mud splash or whatever. And it's still going to get both of y'all. But anyway, that's your answer on why we do that. At least that's where we know it comes from now. All right, that's cool. And like I said, it's something that I've been taught to do for the longest. Opening doors is something I was taught as well by my mom. And I like doing it, but it's weird because I don't like it when it's expected or demanded. And that's when I think I think you should always open a door for a lady when you walking into a place or you walking out of place. And I like to open car doors as well for her to get in the car. Getting out the car, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I can do it, but here's a situation I was in once. All right. So I'm going out with a lady. And again, once again, I used to be a limousine driver. So I used to have to open people getting in and out of the doors. But that's when you're working for somebody. When you're on a date, you shouldn't feel like you're working for somebody. And again, I totally don't mind opening doors. My problem is once it was demanded that I do it. I'll tell you what happened. So we go to the spot, all right, and I got her, leaving, got our door open so she could get in. But when we got to the destination, she says, I know you're going to open the door. Wait, how did she put it? She said, I know you're going to get out and walk over to my side and open the door so I can get out. And it just felt like I was a servant or something. So, I don't like being told what I'm going to do. And it wasn't like she wasn't capable of opening her own door. It went from being chivalrous to my duty, something I had to do. Again, the way she said it wasn't even cool. So I told her that she could open her own door. And she said, well, she wasn't going to get out unless I got her car and let her out. And again, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But what you ain't going to do is tell me what I got to do. I don't know many women who even wants that kind of treatment all the time that demands you to get out, walk around, open their door so they can get out. And again, it's cool. Just don't say it's something I absolutely have to do. I can be a bit of an ass at times, and that was one of them. So I got out the car and I just started walking. And she sat there in the car and wouldn't get out. And then I looked at her, she looked at me, other people were walking by, and she started leaning on the horn. So now the horn's blowing, and she's motioning me to come over and open the door. Now, what am I supposed to do? I came over, and I opened the door. All right. I lost that one, but I was in a foul mood for the rest of the night, and we never went out again. Maybe she was happy because maybe she needs a dude that's going to like open the door and throw his coat over on the ground so her shoes don't get scuffed or something like that hitting the concrete. Whatever. I just knew that it just wasn't a good look. I didn't feel good about it. And she seemed to get over it. She seemed to enjoy the rest of the evening. But man, I was burning up the entire time and didn't want to keep harping on it. But again, you ain't gonna tell me what I'm supposed to do. Anyway, brother, man, go ahead and walk on the outside, open her doors. I'm sure she will appreciate it. And if she doesn't, move on to someone who does. All right, y'all. Well, I just wanted to get this in for 2018. Make sure we keep this thing rolling. Again, if you have any questions, dearjohnpodcast@gmail.com. You can follow me on Twitter at John B. Moody. At John B. Moody is Twitter. And for my Instagram, JBMoody716. So again, it's a new year. Valentine's Day is coming up, fellas. So it's probably time, if you got that special someone, to start planning to either be out of town. No, let me stop. Start planning your Valentine's Day and doing something special. Yeah, that's something I was actually I got reprimanded because somebody listened to a show, a good friend of mine, where I said I didn't even know when Valentine's Day was anymore, and I was told that I was going to get not my man card, but my Leo card revoked because supposedly Leos we're all romantic people or whatever, and I should definitely know when Valentine's Day is. I'm like, if you're married and you're in a relationship, you should definitely know it, because what you don't want to be is that creepy dude to go out on Valentine's Day and lurking for all the lonely women who are vulnerable because they ain't got nobody and it's Valentine's Day. Again, like I tell y'all, it's rules to this. It's rules to this, and you can't be out there being tacky. All right, y'all. That's going to be it for this episode. I will catch y'all next week again. Happy New Year. I hope all of y'all have a great, safe, prosperous 2018 and beyond. I will catch y'all later. Take care.
Yeah, bottles. Big bag of bottles. Bump for you boys on the block. Okay.